I like to say meditation is medication. So it's sacred time that you are using to take that in and give yourself that gift. Again, even if it's just 5 minutes a day to get started.
Yeah, even if you have to lock yourself in the bathroom to get that 5 minutes alone, or a closet, or whatever it takes, it's such an important thing to do for yourself. So we thought we would share some meditation tips with you and ways to incorporate more meditation into your healthy habits practice. So we're really big on finding ways to bring the emotional response back to the parasympathetic, right? So in our relaxation responses, we always want to be in that relax mode, in that rest and repair mode, rather than up in that fight or flight mode. And so many of us spend so much time a little bit too high up in chronic stress. And it's really important that we learn to rest and repair, because that's when our bodies are able to heal. So meditation gets talked about a lot. And I know a lot of people say, well, I can't meditate. I can't stop my mind. It's always racing. The point of meditation isn't to stop your racing mind. It's to sit down and practice and notice your racing mind. Just notice without judgment.
Yeah, I like you to think about the word curiosity. When I look at my meditation practice, and some days I'm really distracted and other days I'm really focused, and I can look at those things with curiosity to really try to glean some information. What is different today that maybe is making me focus less or more? Leaving the judgment behind and really trying to focus on mindfulness and being present with the perspective of curiosity.
When it comes to meditation, it is really just about practice. And you've got to just sit and just be. And one of the biggest things I tell people, as a cancer thriver myself, is that I needed to learn how to break up with busy and just learn to be and just sit and do nothing. So it doesn't mean listening to the radio or reading a book or doing whatever else you might do to relax. It means really just do nothing, just be. And if you start a meditation practice, that means focusing on something. So your object of focus may be your breath. It may be your mantra. It may be a candle flame. It could be anything. Breath is really easy and it's always with you. And that's a good way to just keep bringing your focus back to your breath. So as soon as your mind wanders, you bring your focus back to your focus point. So breathing is something you can always count on being there, and then don't judge. Just go back to the breath.
Some great tips to get started. We want to start small and just start with 5 minutes a day. Just slow baby steps. 20 minutes is ideal now, maybe even 30. And that's just in the beginning. The best ways you can do that is finding the space that you want to do it in that you can do on a regular basis. So if you want to do this as a daily routine, what time of day is best where you're not going to be interrupted? Where can you go that you're going to be comfortable, not fall asleep? And then pairing that with, sometimes it's just easier to attach it to a routine. Like we talked about habit stacking. You want to add it to your steps in the morning. So we have a morning routine. Maybe we, after we take our shower and we get dressed, we just take our time in our bedroom alone. I like to say meditation is medication. So it's sacred time that you are using to take that in and give yourself that gift. Again, even if it's just 5 minutes a day to get started.
Yeah, even if you have to lock yourself in the bathroom to get that 5 minutes alone, or a closet, or whatever it takes. It's such an important thing to do for yourself. The research does tell us that 20 minutes is kind of the sweet spot. So if you can work up to that, it did take me a while to work up to that, but now I'm really proud of my streak, and I really want to keep my streak. And you can use an app, or you can do this on your own. You can use guided meditations, if you're not ready to start by yourself with, silence. Whatever works for you. And listening to guided meditations is a really great way to try some different types of meditations. so that you can find what works for you. I do my meditation practice for 20 minutes every morning, and I try to work in other little meditation sort of snacks within the day, right? So when I drive, and I'd love to share this with people, a really good strategy is anytime you hit a stop light, that's an opportunity to breathe. And just taking 3 deep breaths can count as meditation. That brings you back down into that parasympathetic and to that rest and repair state.
Some other really nice meditation styles, or even some meditations that you might like to try. We have the body scan that kind of walks you through the body and different body parts and how it helps you kind of bring attention to that body part. That's kind of a good starter one, I think, because it's very accessible. It doesn't feel too woo-woo. Everybody has a body and everybody can feel. So it's something that's for everybody. If sitting in quiet space is not working for you, there are a lot of ways that you can do a moving meditation. You can do mindful walking. You'll feel your foot pressing down with each step. Are you walking heel to toe? Are you walking toe to heel? What's the texture of the ground? Are you barefoot? Are you in a shoe? What are you feeling? Little tiny details. What are you hearing while you're walking? Those kinds of things to make a walk really, really present and really beautiful, and also get you that meditation time. And mindful yoga is another really nice one. Again, YouTube can be your friend. You can find all kinds of things, all kinds of people to follow, and different meditations to practice mindful yoga. And it's just paying attention to really slow physical movements. So again, if you're not someone that can sit in silence or even sit still long enough to listen to a guided meditation, I highly recommend trying a moving meditation as well.
I like to remind people that when you pray, if you pray to God or the universe or the divine, whatever you call it, praying is having a conversation with God or that higher power, and meditation is listening for the answer. If you're not quiet, how do you know what the answer is? You've got to be quiet enough to hear the response that you get from that higher power. And by taking that quiet time and really just focusing on coming back to your breath each time your mind wanders off, can get you to a point where you're quiet enough to hear that still small voice within, or that big booming voice of God, however it comes to you. There are scientific studies that tell us that one single meditation session is beneficial and can make a big difference in your expression of genes. So they talk about epigenetics a lot these days, and how we can turn on or off our genes. So we can turn on the healthy genes and turn off the unhealthy ones. So if your family has a genetic disposition for something in particular, doesn't mean you also have to get that. You can turn off those genes that are disease promoting, and by lifestyle choices, turn on the health promoting genes. Meditation is one way to turn on those health promoting genes. And the study was done at Mass General in Boston. And they took novice meditators and expert meditators, and they taught them mindfulness-based stress reduction and had them practice that way, and tested them to see that both groups, they both benefited by turning off the faulty disease-promoting genes with just one single mindfulness meditation session. And what they also found was that the expert meditators got even more benefit. And that means meditating regularly over years is even more beneficial for you. So start your meditation practice and don't stop.
Yeah, and if you're struggling with the practice or you need to learn more about how to do that, you can certainly reach out to us for coaching in that area. We do all kinds of events in our membership where meditation can be looped into that. If you just need to have a one-on-one so you can really learn and set yourself up for success with a practice, then certainly reach out to us, like, follow, and subscribe, and you'll learn more from us in that way.